All right. So everyone consents to be recorded. All right, stays up. Bakso. Bakso yame. Shomuni. Hey. Akani. Hey. Yep. All right, let's warm up. 40 jumping jacks. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. All right. Left ankle around. Reverse. Knee. Yep. Right ankle around. Reverse. Knee. Hip. Feet together. Knees around. Reverse. Feet apart. Hips around. Reverse. Shoulders. Reverse. Arms. Reverse. Crossing. Palms up. Over your shoulders. And twisting. On your left knee, both feet flat, deep front stance. Right ankle over, hands up, hip down. Hands to the floor. Shoulders back. Other side. Both feet flat, deep front stance. Ankle over, hands up, hip down. Hands to the floor. And shoulders back. Head up and down. Left to right. Ear to shoulder. And around. Reverse. And shake it up. Turn on, straighten your gi. All right. Yes. Okay, so today's review for the month of December, we'll be working on the kata jitte. So today we'll go over the kata, and then subsequent classes we go on body mechanics of the kata, or bunkai of the kata, or slightly deeper details about the kata. So let's just make sure, so anyone who wants to join a later class, if they're watching this class, they can make sure they can at least understand how to get through jitte kata. So per the Emerson, the kata is one step behind the guy, and 1, 2, 3, 3.5, 4 stances forward. So almost 5 long. You can probably get away with 4, 3 forward and 1 back if you have a shorter kibadashi, but I don't recommend that. So I'm gonna go toward the camera, and I'm gonna have to cut off, probably shuffle as I get closer to the camera. So that's the Emerson that you see. It doesn't go very wide. It's pretty narrow kata. All right. So again, the starting distance is basically a front stance off the wall, the right foot front stance off the wall. Maybe a little more inch, that way you don't slam your heel into the wall and step forward. Okay, so bow now to kata jitte. Okay. And your right fist, left hand around it. Okay. First move, ich. Right hand, osayoke, hamni. All right. Now to your left, knee. Okay. Sam, shi, haito. Okay. Now watch my foot in the blue line. Step in, then come across. Ready? Go. Hook. Sich. Hatch. Okay. Now juju up X block upward. Sich. Double gate on by. Go. Now double upward by. Rook. That's your hiriashi. Okay. That is the first ki. Okay. Now swing around. Ready? Ich. Knee. And some. Ha! Sorry, that is the first ki right there. Okay. Now, this one, just draw your hands down. Okay. Right hand to the rear. Ich. Now left hand up, right hand down. Knee. Sagiyashi dashi, shi. Go. Sagiyashi dashi again. Shich. Hach. Okay. Left foot swing, manjuku. Q. Trade feet. Ju. Left hand agate. Ich. Okay. Agate, then quickly pivot, mawate, agate again. Sam, shi. Last one, yuriashi shi. Hum! Yeah, that's the final ki. Yame. Okay. So that's the basic kata. So that you can see the moves a little better. I'm gonna do it sideways now. So hopefully if I go this way with the kata, you can still understand what I'm doing. Hopefully that will help in moves like this. You can see my legs are. Okay, so again, same thing, same rhythm. Not kata rhythm, but a little slower. Okay, so bow and bounce, jitte. Your ich, knee, 3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、1、2、3、起来。4、5、6、7、8、9、10、1、2、3、4、5、6、起来。I will do the last one. 要么 no. Okay. So, a few points about this kata. Similar to Jion and Jitte and Jion. The closest analogy I can find to this kata is probably Heian Sandan. Heian Godan is very Shirei kata, but Heian Sandan is probably the closest in the way it feels. So I'm going to focus on a few points of the kata, pretty signature moves. Everyone's got the first move, the first 3 moves, but for these, so after the haito, there's these kumite, these bare hand where you're striking with the palm heel. Okay. So one thing I want to say about this, and I'm sure someone's going to correct me in the video, there are 2 ways to do this. It's not clear which one is which one is going to be, well, no. So after the first one, when you land with your right hand, the left hand, I'm looking in the book, I can't really figure out, are they doing a circular movement? Or are they doing this movement where they come out and they make a straight line in? So it's more of a thrust for some people. For other people, it's more of a swing. So they're coming in laterally for some people. And some people will actually come in and strike as they're yanking the hip around. Personally, I'll go either way, depends on where your hip mechanics allow. So some people have the ability to have kind of this really flexible hip where they can whip it around. And some people may not be able to do that, so they have to do this kind of circular movement. Okay. Just make sure you're consistent, whether you're thrusting or you're swinging, either one. Just pick one and make sure it's clear. Slamming your palm heel in by driving your elbow behind your palm heel, or you do another way by swinging your arm around. So either one is acceptable. So let's practice that move a few times and figure out which one works for you. So let's start against the back wall. Right hand forward, Kibarashi. Okay. So either way you do it, you want to do it at the last moment. So not this. Certainly not like you do in Heian Sandan where you take forever to swing around. So that is the analogous wrong technique. So make sure the very last moment you're throwing your palm in there. Okay, so let's do a few going forward and going away from the camera. So right hand forward, ready? Ich, ni, some, and one more if you can't, shoot. Okay. And just to make room, go back the other way. So left hand out, ich, ni, some, she. Okay. Now this time, 2 right after another. So 1, 2 right after another. Okay. So try to make sure you swing your body quick. You ready? Ich, knee. Okay. Other direction. Okay. So start with the other hand forward this time. Ready? Ich, knee. Okay. Other direction. Going one more time. Other direction. So remember, The moment your foot lands, Kibadachi, immediately pivot into the next technique. So 1, 2, 2 quick moves. Ready? Rich. Knee. And make sure when you finish technique, your shoulders are in a line. So it's very easy to do this. 1, 2. Make sure by the time you finish your first technique, 1, shoulders in a line. 2. So fully commit to Kibadachi, each technique. Other direction. Ready? 2 techniques, 1 count. Itch. Good. Knee. Good. Yame. So obviously the rhythm after the high toe from here is itch, knee, thumb. So that's where a lot of people in tournaments, I will judge this. Kibadachi. Kibadachi. Also Kibadachi and Kibadachi. What we don't want to see in tournaments is this, or in test. Kibadachi, Kibadachi, Zenkutsudatsu, Kibadachi. That's wrong. Make sure, even though you're speeding up through it, your toes are going to face a different wall each time. So you got to swing that stance every time. So that's one of the techniques. Now, next one, very similar, but in my opinion, much harder. So this one's easy. You kind of got your elbows by your rib cages. That's normal where your punching arm is. Now I'm asking you to put your elbows where your shoulders are. Much harder technique. Okay. So one of the things I find myself doing a lot is this. Just kind of keep my arms moving around. Now, it's not always going to work, particularly because you don't have your hands turned in, but having something above your head will make you very conscious where your arms are, particularly something that's connected. So in this case, I want you to actually grab it, like with your hands like this. I just want you to still have your palms facing each other, okay? So not palms facing the camera, but palms facing each other. Because when you're doing the technique, your palms are facing each other. So just so you have a point of reference of where your arms are. Okay, so we're not trying to squeeze our fists here. We're just trying to keep where our arms are. So if you can grab something like a broomstick or something to put between your head, that's at least like 3 feet in gap. Okay, so again, the idea here is to make sure, 1, you're not lowering or raising your hands in the technique. You're actually keeping it high, switching around. And furthermore, you will feel this. Just because your legs move doesn't mean your hands move. So you're going to move your legs and keep your hands back as long as possible. So not this like hand sandan, large circle movement. It is a legs move first, come forward, and as you're about to stomp down, that's when your arms come in. Okay. So obviously, maybe grab it with your thumbs so that the stick doesn't go flying off into the wall. So, okay, so this one, let's do 1 at a time. Start left leg forward. Okay, so again, let's do 2 counts for each one. First count, knees forward. Okay, your right arm, you keep your arm behind you as much as you can. Whatever your extent of flexibility is. You go knees forward to the camera. Yeah, okay. And the second one, slam down into Kibadachi with your arms crossed. You feel a large yank of your right arm. Okay. Other side. Okay. So first off, my knees are facing toward one wall. In the middle of it, facing the front wall, and then by the end, facing the other wall. Okay. So 2 counts. Ready? Rich, knees forward. Keep your arms back. Yuko, try to keep your left arm back. Left arm back, Yuko. Yeah, try to point your stick at the camera. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. My stick's out of the frame of the camera. Okay. So my stick is pointing the camera, not lateral to it. And now, down. Yeah. Try to connect your shoulders to your hips. Okay, other side. And if you reset each time, that's okay. You know, ready? 1, 2. 1, 2. There we go. 1, 2. You feel that elbow coming in hard. 1, 2. Okay. Now, 1 count. So up, down. But make sure, try to keep that blocking arm, the one that swings forward, as far back as possible for as long as possible. Obviously, once your leg starts coming down, your arms will come forward. But for the first half of the technique, don't let your arm come with your knee. Try to keep it back. Okay. Ready? Itch. Knee. Some. She. Go. Roku. Suchi. Hachi. Kyu. Ju. All right. Now, no stick. So just with your fist. Same feeling though. The way the stick was holding your arms in alignment and holding your arm back, same feeling. Okay. So you should feel this right here. As you're trying to hold your arm up, you're trying to stretch. Same movement like when you do hand go down. Second technique, you really feel this stretching. Okay. So again, 1 count each, reset after each one so you're not running into the camera. So let's start left leg forward. Arms up. Okay. 1 count, whole thing. Remember, keep your arm back, but swing it down the second half. Itch. Fist close, fist close. Knee. Palms facing each other. Palms facing each other. Yes, palms facing inward. Some. Sheet. Extremely bout in the second half. Go. Yeah. Look. Sich. Hutch. Q. Ju. Spit out in your shoulders. Just below your armpits. We don't really hold our arms that high. Technique's a whole lot. If you're doing argue like this, you'll probably open your arm too much. So, okay. Next technique. Again, another technique you don't see in any other kata. Sagiyashi dashi, and then yuriyashi. So both of these are tiger mouth. So best analogy I've heard. 1, 2. Almost like you're striking someone with a stick. So again, for this exercise, we grab a stick. Just to be clear, obviously karate means empty hand. There's a theory that's evolved from defense against bows or defense with bows. But since we're having our fist closed, 1, 2, in order to do this technique here, I have to swing my left thumb around the stick. So clearly that is not what the kata does, but for purposes of having a stick right in front of you, we're just going to use this as an aid. So from here, after the yoi, okay, again, we just did a ki from, and then we stand up, yoi. Imagine you have a stick in both hands, like this. So the first thing you do, grab the stick with your thumb facing up, and first thing is open tiger mouth hand, shuto, tate shuto, and then strike again. And this is the ideal position, hands vertical of each other. Okay. Now, bringing the stick back, the stick will rotate. So you see the white end of my stick now switches from top to bottom. And again, same position, vertical stick. Okay, and now present the stick. And again, yes, tiger mouth. Now, obviously, if I do a proper tiger mouth, I won't be able to grab the stick. But in terms of positioning, this is the position. Okay, again, next one. So we just struck left foot forward, right hand up top. Now bring your right foot up and switch your hands. Knee. Okay. Step in, shoot. Good. Okay, so there's not a whole lot of value in doing that with strength and power, but it's just to illustrate where your hands are vertically. For the most part, one hand's not in front of another. Some way or another, for the most part, the hands are vertical with each other. So this technique, 1, 2, hands vertical with each other. Okay. And then from here, come up, hands vertical with each other. Striking, hands vertical. Okay. So obviously we don't have a stick in our hands, but pretending that way. So if I were to guess, one hand's grabbing the neck, the other hand's grabbing someplace else. Okay. So let's practice that a few times with focus on where your hands are relative to each other. So starting right hand forward in a high shisentai. Okay. So first move, ich. Right hand out, jodan. And now switch hands, knee. Okay. Side yashi dashi, shi. Stepping in, yuriashi, go. There is a yuriashi here. Up, side yashi dashi, rok. Hands vertical with each other. And zenkutsu dachi, yuriashi. Sich. Namae. So for this one, when you're striking, leg forward is a hand down. So leg forward, hand up first, but then ends up hand down. Left hand, left forward, down. Right hand, right leg, down. Okay. Okay. That one doesn't need a whole lot of drilling, so we'll skip to other drills. Next one. This one it's interesting because people often ask, like, hey, on Shotokan, you're stepping forward doing aguri. You know, what are you doing? You're blocking someone running away. And I like to say, no, you're throwing your forearm into someone's neck and possibly even pulling her arm down. So here in Jitte, that's extremely obvious. We're one aguri stepping in, another aguri, and all of a sudden a quick rotation aguri, and then finishing a block, finishing the kata on an aguri. So 4 consecutive aguri. So clearly, I don't think you're blocking as much as driving into someone's neck. So later class will go over more bunkai, but here I want to focus on driving in. So first thing I want to point out for the first one, okay, so which is going to be the left hand. The book shows a technique in the middle of it where you kind of do what you do in Heian Sandan. And slide number 21 here. Notice that he's blocking with his left hand, but he throws his right hand up as a guard before he transitions. So what that would mean is here, he doesn't just step in and throw his left hand up. So there's a bit of a upward in. So, in. Okay. So there's a kind of throwing your right hand up from the top hand of manjuke, and then senkutsu dachi. Okay. So that to me is the kind of parry. That's the next strike, perhaps grabbing her head and throwing out a forearm. Okay, so let's try that again. Left hand goes first, right, left, then finish yuriashi right. Okay, so let's start left foot forward, manjuke. Okay, ready? 4 counts. Ich. Okay. Nisam. and Yuriashi, shi. Okay. I'm gonna do it sideways now. Okay. Ready? Left foot forward, manjuke, left hand down. Remember, blocking left hand first. I'm sorry. Ayurete, right hand, left hand. Open hand right. Ich. 2 counts. Nisam. Yuriashi, shi. Yame. Okay. So on the twist. Okay, that's the next part. This is a very quick move from to the moment it sets, immediately back. So it's a very quick rotation. So the count is 1, 2, 3, 4 ki. Okay. So all 4 of them feel different. Kind of wind up, quick, long, strong, because you're doing a ki in the last one. So same move, 4 different feelings. Okay. Let's do it again. I'll do it sideways so you have a reference point. Okay, left foot forward, manjuke. Okay. Ready? 4 counts. Ich. Nisam. Shikiai. Sam. Yame. Jessica, I can't see. Are you doing agurete for the last technique? No, last technique is agurete. All 4 agurete, yeah. I think every time you've done the technique, we've all been facing away each other on the camera. So, okay. Okay. So again, same thing. So maybe face away from the camera so that when you turn around, you see the final move. Again, still left leg forward, manjuke. Ready? Ich. Nisam. Shikia. Name. All right. Okay. So again, that one is a pretty quick technique. Jitte again is a sure kata. You can see with long, strong arms, but there are quick techniques in the middle of it. So it's definitely something where you do have to utilize speed every now and then. And definitely for these techniques, this is coming down hard and fast. I didn't see anyone doing it, but don't do this. Slowly fall over and let gravity take. Let your supporting leg drive you into it. So unfortunately, I can't see all your knees in that technique, so I can't tell if you're actually falling into it or actually driving into it. So that there is a speed element to that. You're actually driving forward. Okay. So we did the pretty signature elements, the kumite, the double arm block, these. The manjuke is a pretty self-explanatory. Oh, okay, yeah, this is the fun one. The middle, the technique where you use the lateral jujuka. So again, from here, you just did the kumite, third one with the ki. Okay. So right leg moves, right hand move, the hands go up. X block, and in kosadachi. Okay. Then there's this kind of throwing your arms down, kibadashi. And this is your yuriashi. So again, my kosadachi is on the blue line, but by the time I land in yuriashi, kibadashi, I'm off the blue line. Okay. And then the last one, again, I'm on the blue line. There's a yuriashi here. Okay. So this one, I always have trouble generating power from, going from hands down to hands up. Clearly, this won't work. Okay. So the way I look at it is I'm going to, from here, push off the back leg, at the same time cross my arms. Okay. So push and cross. And by the time I land, I'm gonna throw my arms out. So this does need to be strong enough. From here, to feel like you're doing 2 blocks. Not practical, but you should feel like ripping your arms out. Okay. It is not simply bring your arms up. It is an explosive move. Okay, so you really need to rip out. Okay. So I have no better way to explain it than push off, contract, and before you land, explode. So it's one of the moves I watch as a judge. If they can do that, then I know they understand the kata very well. So let's go back to the first move, right hand, Teisho Kibidashi. Again, all techniques finishing in Kibidashi, but the internal stance is something different. So first move, right leg moves, Kosadachi, Jodan Jujuka. It's facing one way, Jessica. The entire time you're facing one wall, not rotating any way. So ready? Right hand out, facing away. Right hand facing the opposite wall. So itch. Okay. Now down to Kibidashi, Yuriashi. Knee. Okay. Now, and then another Yuriashi. Shoot. Good. Okay, so let me do it sideways again so you can see my knees. Okay. Right hand out, facing away. Itch. Knee. Some. So all three of these. Explode. 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 Very quick moves. Some people will do this dramatic, slow, quick, slow. No, it's quick. All three moves, quick. So this is a very powerful but quick techniques. Not easy. Again, right hand out. Okay. So collapse into Koshidachi really quick. Itch. Kyudashi knee. Some. For fun, let's try the other hand to make sure we can do it. So left hand facing out. So I'll do it toward the camera this time. So left hand facing back. So you will never do this in kata, but if you can do it with your left hand, like you do as well as your right hand, then clearly you understand the technique. So you can actually further back from the camera. Okay, so left hand away from the camera. Left hand away from the camera, you go. So rotate. Left hand away. Left hand. Nope. Rotate back. Yes, that's correct. Ready? First one, Juju Uke and keep Kosadachi. Itch. Okay. Double gate on right, knee. Okay. Double right, double high one, soto good. Some. So not hard on the legs, but definitely hard on the upper torso. Left hand back again. Okay. Itch. Knee. Some. Again. Itch. Knee. Some. So the last one should feel like not coming up as much as coming out. So not necessarily going up is going across. Okay, so this is a large technique. So this is it's definitely a pretty tricky technique to do. So let's finish doing the kata 2 times. So sorry, Sergey.
Sorry.
That's okay. So do you know Jitte, Sergey?
I can follow.
Okay. So let's do the kata with count. I'm gonna go long ways because I can only fit in my room if I do that. So again, with count, and the 4 things we went over. 1, Taisho, making sure you either go straight in or around. Make sure you understand which one you're doing. Number these, leaving your arms back and throwing your body at the same time. And the final 4 techniques. 1, 2, 3, 4 with the Yuriashi. And the last thing we talked about was the sequence Jujuke, Kosadachi, Kibidashi, Kibidashi. Okay, so again, I'm going long ways across my room. With count, now announce Jitte. Your kata rhythm. So it's knee. 3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、1、2、3キラ。4、5、6、7, hands vertical. 8, より足。9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6キラ。3! やめ。No. Okay. So that's the kata rhythm. Again, one thing that's probably distinct is 1, 2, 3. Some people for tournaments will slow down that first technique. Not wrong entirely, but you'll get a few more points. You'll probably get a better rating if you do the first technique quick to here rather than this 1. That's just a dramatic tournament play. Okay. So again, whole thing.
Yes.
Same rhythm. Okay. Let's go through that. Now that's Jitte. I'm gonna go to the other side of the room. Your 1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、1、2、3、4、5、6キラ。パン。じゃね。Okay. Feeling good so far about the techniques, about the timing of individual sequences? Okay. Whole thing, 1 count, same rhythm. Not necessarily speed and power, but paying attention to the timing of techniques and using your torso and your upper body in conjunction. So again, no speed, just slow kata rhythm, but using your torso connection. Balance jitte. Your 始め。Yeah, man, when you're done. All right. So, unlike conquered eye, which comes around the big arm movements, this one's just coming across. So you don't have to worry about large arm movements like conquered eye. Yes. All right. All right. So because I'm not seeing as much, I want to go back to that one technique from Sagayashi Dashi for down, or Yuriashi up in line. So find a mark on the floor so you understand where you're moving from. So I'm going to use this carpet line. So let's pretend the right leg, your right foot is on the mark you want. Boom, boom. Okay. So come up to Sagayashi Dashi, right hand up, left hand down. So I want you to yuriashi out. In order to effective yuriashi, you're going to have to bend your right knee a little bit first. So you're actually powering out. Okay. So don't do this, fall down and step in. But you notice my head's going to drop below this red line and then step in. What I'm not doing is falling forward. So make use of that back leg here. So right leg up first. Okay. Hitch. Back to right leg. Knee. Okay. So speed up that leg bend a little bit. Don't make it so obvious. Some. Shoot. Go. Okay. Other side. Okay. So left leg in a line. Right hand out. Right hand up, left hand down. Okay. Set. Right leg up, right hand down. Remember, bend your knee before you yuriashi out. Hitch. Back. You should be moving back. I have to step back each time because you're yuriashi off your line. Knee. Try to go forward the entire time. Don't hold back in any way. Some. So the moment you start moving forward, whole body starts moving. Shoot. Go. Few more. Look. Sit. Hatch. Cute. Last one. Cute. Come on. All right. Okay. So that particular technique, really throwing yourself. It's not this standing on one leg and falling down. You're definitely going up. You're throwing yourself in the technique. So not necessarily falling on the opponent. Side yashi actually still is a stance. You are in a stance. It's the same stance when you're about to kick someone. You jerk your hips forward when you kick them. Same feeling. Instead of doing this, kicking, you're throwing your body. So get your weight forward and throw your body forward. Don't like we don't kick like this. Kick, you throw your weight into it. You don't lean your head back as much. That's exaggeration. Definitely throwing your weight. Yes, it should feel almost like hizagiri. But obviously, you don't hit them with your knee. You hit them with your hands. So you really want to throw your weight at them. Yes. When I hear the gi snap in that move, then I know that person's doing what they want. I hear this everything snap, then I know they're throwing their weight into it. You can't generate that gi snap without the whole body being thrown. Okay. So any questions about those techniques? Teisho or double arm block or Yagutes or the Sagiyashi Dashi? Okay. So those are the signature moves on there. Because it's not worked in any other kata, that's why I work on this one. You should really understand how it feels when you're doing it. Okay. That ends class. Stays up. Maxo. Maxo Yama. Dojo-kun. Seek perfection of character. Be faithful.
Be faithful.
Endeavor.
Endeavor.
Respect others.
Respect others.
Refrain from violent behavior.
Refrain from violence.
show me. Okay.